Kevin's uncle Thomas burst into the meeting at the Whistler Hotel and ordered his men to take Cook, Adriana, and the others hostage. He was trying to weaken Kevin's position by removing his friends from the equation. "What right do you have to do this to us? And what right do you have to help Kevin? You don't know what's good for you, and you've been siding with Kevin against the entire Williams family. Now Grandpa has given me the order for me to come here to Chicago to handle this. I'll take you all back to New York as our guests." "Grandpa Williams? You mean Randall Williams?" How could anyone not know who Randall Williams was? The Williams family was the most wealthy family and powerful one in New York, and Randall was the pillar of the family. However, he hadn't been seen in public in years. Thomas didn't want to waste any more time with Mitchell Cook. He told his men, "Take him away." Then he turned around and walked towards the door. When he got to the main hall, Drake saw Thomas walking towards him. "Who the hell are you? What are you doing here?" Drake asked when he saw Cook and the others being held against their will. "Take care of them," Thomas said. Just when Drake was about to lose his temper and stop Thomas, he felt someone touch his shoulder. "Who are you?" Drake roared impatiently. The man quickly struck Drake in the chest with the palm of his hand, sending him flying and crashing into several tables. Drake was in intense pain from the blow. He got up from the floor and shouted at his bodyguards, "Kill him!" Before the men could respond to Drake's order, the man leapt into the middle of them. In a few quick moves, he knocked them all to the floor. Thomas suddenly stopped in the doorway. He turned around, looked Drake in the eyes, and said, "I'll spare your life. Go and tell Kevin that if he cares about these people's lives, he should go back to New York City. Alone. I'll wait for him in the main hall of the Williams mansion." Then Thomas waved his hand at his guard. The man understood what he meant. He quickly went up to Drake and knocked him out with a single punch. After Thomas left with his men, the Whistler Hotel staff checked Drake to see if he was okay while one of them called an ambulance. They knew very well that anyone who could take Cook and Adriana away like that was someone they didn't want to mess with. While all this was going on, Dalton Steele was just arriving at the hospital. When he saw Kevin sitting up in his bed, he smiled broadly. "Hey, Kevin, I knew you'd pull through, and you were right about everything. I hope I can get out of here soon. You're lucky you're not dead," Dalton said with great concern. Kevin didn't want to argue with him about this. Then he asked, "Do you have a lot of guests to take care of? What are you doing here with me?" "Those people don't need my help with anything. Besides, I'd rather be here cheering you up." Kevin was a little irked when he heard Dalton say this, and he was tempted to turn away from him. "Hey, I don't need any help, and I don't need any cheering up." "Hey, it's not the same thing. My grandfather, Norman Steele, asked me to invite you to come over to our house." Lily looked at Dalton in shock. She couldn't believe what she just heard. The Steele family was very important in the Chicago region, and even though Norman Steele had long since retired from business, he still had a lot of clout. Lily knew that Kevin could really move up in the world if he impressed the man. "For your grandfather's birthday? Of course I'll go. That's great. I'm happy to see you're doing better. By the way, my family actually owns this hospital. If you need anything at all, don't be afraid to ask. They'll take care of you. Let's have a drink after you get out of here." "Are you leaving already?" Kevin teased Dalton. "What am I, chopped liver?" "Come on, Kevin. Who said I'm leaving?" Dalton replied calmly. "By the way, when you recover from your injuries, I have something very important to tell you. I've got big plans for us, brother." "Why can't you tell me now? This is a private room, after all." "Okay, why not? On the 23rd of this month, there will be an important competition, an entrance exam. If you pass it, you can enter the Advanced Herbal Medicine program at the Chicago School for the Natural Healing Arts. From what I heard, they only have 15 slots, but anyone can take the exam." "What does this have to do with me? It's not like I'm planning to go there." "I thought you just might be interested. You know how everyone's trying to find herbal and natural ways to improve their strength and sharpness. Anyone who finishes this program is guaranteed to be very successful. If you do really well there, the sky's the limit." "Don't tell me you don't think you're already a success," Kevin said as he gave Dalton a puzzled look. Although they hadn't known each other for a long time, Dalton didn't strike Kevin as being greedy. "Who said I don't feel like a success? But Kevin,
You have no idea how important this is. It could really give your career a boost. They have some of the best teachers in the world, real experts. I saw what you did to help my wife. Just from what you learned on your own, imagine what you could do with the right guidance."
Lily had been sitting patiently on the armchair in the corner, and she had no idea what the two of them were talking about. "Okay, Dalton, let's talk about this later. I think we must be boring the heck out of Lily right now."
"Okay. The exam's not for another 10 days anyway," Dalton agreed.
Most people had no idea any of this was going on and just took the regular vitamins and minerals that their doctors gave them. But what Dalton was talking about was on another level altogether.
"Kevin, why don't you just get out of that bed? I've got nothing going on right now. Come on over to my house and we'll sit down and talk."
"No problem. Are you really okay?" "I'm fine, Lily. You know how tough I am. I mean, I was only shot twice," Kevin boasted. "If you don't believe me, we can try to consummate our marriage tonight." "Don't embarrass me, Kevin," Lily said shyly. Kevin smiled and slowly got out of bed with some help from Dalton. About an hour later, the three of them pulled up in front of the mansion and walked inside. Norman Steele was sitting at the head of the table, chatting happily with the guests who had come to see him. Among the many guests, Kevin spotted an acquaintance. It was Tucker, whom he had recently seen at his class reunion.
"Kevin, come over here and let me introduce you. This is my grandfather, Norman Steele," Dalton said eagerly. "Grandpa, this is my friend Kevin."
Norman smiled and nodded at Kevin. "It's nice to meet one of my grandson's friends. Have a seat and enjoy yourself." "Thank you, sir," Kevin said politely. After that, he took Lily over to introduce her to Tucker. "Hey, Tucker, I didn't expect to meet you here."
"And I didn't expect to see the Jones family's infamous lazy son-in-law,"
Tucker replied coldly. A few of the guests heard this and started to whisper to each other. They'd heard about Kevin from the rumors Jason had been spreading around town. The way he was dressed didn't help make a good first impression either. Dalton pretended not to hear what they were saying. He walked over to Kevin and Tucker and asked with a smile,
"Are you two friends?"
Before Kevin could say anything, Tucker answered first.
"You must be joking. Who would be friends with trash like him?"
After saying that, Tucker took a long look at Dalton and then glanced over at Lily. Actually, Tucker was mainly there for two reasons. The first was to help his sister give Norman Steele a gift so that she could make a connection with the family and get a job in one of their companies. Second, he wanted to make friends with Dalton. After all, he was a well-known figure in Chicago. Tucker thought that if he could become friends with him, it would help him to get ahead. However, Tucker had never thought that he would run into Kevin at a Steele family party.
"Please forgive me, Mr. Steele. I have to excuse myself."
After saying this, Tucker turned around and left, as if he didn't want anyone to know that he had some kind of relationship with Kevin. "Who was that, Kevin?" "No one. He's just a mixed-up guy I know from school." Tucker immediately stopped when he heard him say that. He turned his head to look at Kevin and said loudly,
"What did you just say? You're nobody. How dare you say something like that about me?"
"I can say anything I want, loudmouth," Kevin said contemptuously. This was upsetting for Kevin. He hadn't provoked Tucker, but here the guy was trying to embarrass him in front of everybody. So Kevin figured he didn't have to be nice to him anymore.
"You're a nobody," Tucker snarled. "You wouldn't even be here today if you hadn't married into the Jones family."
Then Tucker sneered and said, "Haven't you come here with your wife to give Mr. Steele a gift?" "Oh, really? Aren't you also here to give the gentleman a gift? I haven't heard about you making a name for yourself lately. How can you afford to get Mr. Steele a decent present?"
"I'm here to offer my sister's gift on her behalf," Tucker said proudly.
"Your sister? So then the gift really isn't from you." The people around them immediately reacted to this. How could Tucker be showing off like this when he hadn't even brought his own gift for Grandpa Steele? This got Tucker even angrier.
"So what's it to you? You're such a jerk that you don't even deserve to know her name."
"What? You really don't think I know who your sister is?" Kevin asked in a mocking tone. After all, he knew just about everybody at his old school. But Kevin had an even bigger surprise in store for Tucker.
Hi, Kevin here. If you're wondering what happens next, then stay tuned on the Pocket FM Universe channel for more episodes.